Okay. Now, what we're going to basically do is we're going to do what's called a general relaxation technique. And what that basically is, I'm going to ask you to just concentrate on one area of the body at a time and relaxing the muscles and work up. And it's done. This technique is used like in a lot of stress management classes that you might have taken, or you might have listened to some tapes along those lines. It's a general thing, and it's like I said, is to help recreate that relaxed feeling. And then what I'm going to do is what we call a deepening technique, which is to get you relaxed just a little bit more. And that's where we're going to use an escalator, 5 floors, and just imagine yourself going from floor 5 down to floor 1. And then when we get down at floor 1, we're going to start going back in time mentally. And then when we get back to where we're at, I'm going to ask you what you see, and then just tell me everything that you see. Just look around, take your time, and just describe things in as much detail as possible. Now you may want to take your glasses off.
Oh, okay.
Sitting there. And I want you to sit with your feet flat on the floor and your hands in your lap. And just go ahead and close your eyes and start with like 3 deep breaths. Just breathe in slowly and let it out very slowly. And just relax. Just continue to breathe deeply and relax. Just continue to relax. I want you to try and clear your thoughts. And I want you to concentrate on breathing and relaxing and my voice. Just concentrate on my voice. I want you to focus your attention right now to your feet. And we're going to start with the feet and we're going to relax them. We're going to start with the toes and work all the way back to the heel. Very relaxed. Very comfortable. Now we're back in time. February 7th. It's 4 o'clock. What are you doing, Rex?
Pulling into the parking lot.
What do you see?
It's raining. Don't see many people. Don't see any people except what looks like a little girl in a slicker, in a reddish slicker. She's over by the pond. It looks like she has a dog with her.
Okay. What's happening now?
Well, we're getting out of the car. Take our dog for a walk. Putting up the umbrellas, putting up the hoods, zipping up the coats. Just looking at the pond area where we want to go. The only thing I see over there is a little girl.
What's she doing?
She's kind of playing with the dog, I think, and looks like a fairly small dog. She had it in her coat, but she's let it out now. So I have to watch and see where she's going to go. we're just getting ready to go ourselves. We're going to head for the pond because it's probably not as wet over there for the dog, for our dog.
What's she doing?
I'm kind of keeping an eye on. She's now heading across toward the school. So it looks like she's already been around the pond. Maybe she's gone home. She's walking away from the pond, so I don't really care, since we're going to the pond. And as we get to the pond, or get onto the walk up there, I figure we better look for others coming because it's so nasty, but there was one other man and dog.
And what's he doing?
He's just walking. Dog seems to be following him.
Can you describe him to me?
It's dark. The clothing is dark. Got some kind of a hat on. No umbrella. So it must be a raincoat. The dog is just following, not running, not doing the snuffing and all the stuff that ours does. So it looks like he's just exercising the dog. He's moving steady, and our progress isn't that good. We're just moving a little and then waiting for the dog. It looks like he's going to come around the pond and not go into the rec center area. So I'm just trying to keep ahead of him with the dog and my wife. In fact, I told her to keep coming.
What's he doing now?
He's just coming around, kind of following us after he made the turn. He's going to stay around the pond like we are. So we're just going to try to stay ahead of him. We're just moving on around past the spillway, or the big area at the end there with the rail. And still moving. He's catching up a little bit, but not that much. So we're just moving on to complete the swing around there. My wife wanted to cut across when we got up to the woods area. Wanted to go on up into the woods and back to put some more time on. But it's so wet up there. I said, no, let's don't do that. Let's go on around the pond. So we went around, we finished, but in the meantime, he was gone. He went on up straight over into the neighborhood. So we just took our time, stood around, watched the water pour out of the inlet side. Noticed how high the pond was. Hadn't seen it that high for a long time. Kept on moving.
And what are you doing now?
Just walking on over to the parking lot. The wife still wants to go further. I said, let's go up by the rec center. Maybe that won't be so bad. And then I saw the people up there, and I said, no, that's not good. So why don't we go up to the school? It might not be so bad. She agreed.
And what do you see now?
Really nothing more than our car sitting there. We went on by our car. Went up toward the walkway into the schoolyard. Still don't see any new activity. That's what I was wondering, if other people were as dumb as we were and come out with their animals. Didn't see anybody. So we went on up toward the school.
Okay.
Walking up the little driveway there, I saw this something on the top of the hill.
What is it?
It just looked like a black and white spot of some sort. Hadn't thought until I got up a little closer that it could be a dog, and it got up and must have been kind of laying low because it was barely visible, and then all of a sudden the head was looking at us. Seemed frightened when it saw us. Turned and ran a little bit.
I want you to pause right there for a minute, Rex. And I want you to look around the scenery right there, around that dog. And I want you to describe everything that you see around the dog.
There was nothing other than just seeing the dog sitting a little above the grass, or a little above the green.
Mm-hmm.
Made it visible. As we moved up the ramp, why it got more visible.
Okay.
But nothing else. No other no other people, nothing.
Can you describe the surroundings?
Yeah, the school building is very familiar to me. The unit on the right, the south unit. And she was on this little walk that connects the driveway to the main walk. Just off of the driveway that we were on. So when she got up and ran, or scurried, she just went around the corner of the building, the cafeteria. See her going around. I figured she was going to run, but she didn't. She just ran around there and stayed. Still in the rain. She wasn't looking for cover. She was just ran. It was still raining on her. I'm looking around to see if there's anyone around to claim her, to say it's her dog.
Well, what do you see?
I didn't see anything.
Can you describe the building?
Oh yeah, the building is, the south unit is very vivid, but there's no light in it that I remember on that one. We just walked on up past it to see if there was anything on the outside. Looking for any person or vehicle or anything. There's nothing on the street behind the building. Looking up and down, and there's nothing.
When you look up, what do you see? How far up can you see?
I can only see a little around because it bends, the street bends around. I can only see part way around the gym. But there's no evidence of anything, no parking, no nothing there. It's clean.
How about when you look down?
When I'm looking down, it's straight down, there's clear. See out to the track. And there's nothing on the street. Nothing against the building or anything there.
When you say you can see down to the track, do you see anything in that direction?
Nothing moving, nothing unusual, no.
Okay, Rex, we want to back up a little bit. I want you to just relax. And I want to go back to when you first pull into the parking lot and you get out of the car. I want you to just look around the lot and tell me everything you see in that lot.
The only thing I see in the lot that we're in is some cars parked at the end by the swimming pool or by the pond, which is typical of a senior citizen, a senior center there.
Well, what kind of cars do you see?
I really wasn't paying that much attention. I guess I don't see any other than 2 or 3 cars.
Can you describe their color or something to me?
I don't see them that clearly now.
Okay. What else do you see besides the cars?
Nothing in the parking lot. Nothing up in the lots toward the school. That's all empty.
What about in the field?
In the fields, nothing out in the fields in front of the football field or any of the. Nothing that I can see.
Okay.
Moving or stationary or anything.
And what do you see when you look towards the big mound?
Toward the big mound.
And the pond?
It looks clear. It looks like we aren't going to have any problem because there's nobody over there. Nothing.
Okay. And when do you notice the little girl?
Probably even before we got out of the car, I saw her because of the bright coat that she had on. That was the only thing I saw that was significant, that there was any body around there. Definitely a dog.
Okay. Can you go through one more time? Let's live through from the time you saw her. She's playing with the dog.
She's playing with the dog. She has it under her coat when I first see her. And I'm getting out of the car and I'm putting up stuff and I look over and she's up off of the board. And the dog is on the board or jumping off the board. And I'm without watching her that closely, I guess, until we're ready to leave. And I look back at her and she's already walking toward the school through the grass, which didn't look too good. I don't know didn't see what she had on her feet. She's gone up that way and we're going the other way, so. I don't see anything else.
When's the last time you see her?
She's just about in front of us. I'm almost looking straight up the football field. When I see her, and that's the last I saw her.
I want you to pause right there. Just hold that moment in time where she's the last look you had of her. And now you can do this. I want you just to stand still and turn around and look around the field and the school and the pond and tell me everything you see.
Looking around. I don't see anything toward the school because I didn't look that way. Didn't see anything. Don't see anything by the pond. It's clear.
How about,
I don't see anybody moving.
what about cars?
No cars moving. Nobody coming in. Wasn't really looking behind. Didn't really look behind me. Just looked at the little girl and that was it.
What do you hear?
I don't hear anything. Got my hood up this time, so I don't hear anything.
Can you hear the little girl?
No.
Her dog?
Never heard of No. No sound out of them.
Can you describe her dog to me?
It's just kind of short and stocky, I guess, as opposed to just not a little skinny dog. It's kind of stocky but short-legged. Her legs are moving real quick when she walks. Light colored but with some dark in her. So, but she's soaking wet. It's kind of black and white, I guess, color.
And what's the little girl doing?
Just holding on to the leash.
And what color is the leash?
It's dark. It's could be a black or blue or whatever. But the dog's kind of leading her.
Okay.
Tugging on her.
What direction are they going?
They're heading right toward the school, cutting across the field.
What else can you tell me about her as you look at her?
She's got the hood up. Can't really see a face. Without an umbrella, she needs the hood. She's got it's about a 3/4 probably below her knees coat. I don't really see anything else significant.
Can you look around the track for me one more time and tell me what you see there?
There's nothing moving, nothing happening. Track's heavy with water. And I don't see any other movement or any other activity.
Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and move forward as you continue on your path, taking your dog for a walk.
Around the pond, we just did the normal entrance to the pond path.
And when you get around the pond, I want you to pause again. I want you to stop after you get around the pond. And this time, when you stop after you come around the pond, I want you to look back up towards the parking lot and the track and the school and tell me everything you see. Describe it to me like I'm someone that's never been there.
The building on the left, or the classroom building on the left, you see the end of that building, and then the end of the middle building, which is the cafeteria, and the dumpsters, the driveway. Everything's empty, no trucks, no cars. The building on the right, the south unit, see the end of that, and some of the classroom windows. No one there, nothing. Looks deserted, the whole thing. It's very deserted.
What about the track?
The track is empty. That is full of water, but there's no one in the track area. Nothing.
How about off to the right of the track? Do you see anything in that direction?
Toward the woods, toward the park, no. No. The fields up there where they play football and stuff, the little kids, no, that's all empty. No.
And what do you see when you look back towards the parking lot?
Just see our car parked there. It's the only one. Don't see anything else other than some cars up toward the end there that I can't identify.
How many of them are there?
I see about three 3, maybe 4 most. And they're parked heading the other way, not to the end of the lot, but to the other way. Heading north.
Are they cars, trucks, vans?
They're all cars. It's very quiet, very deserted.
Okay.
The whole area is, except for my wife and I, and the dog, that's it.
Do you see the little girl?
No, I haven't, no one in sight.
What about the other man with the dog?
No, he's gone. There's no one.
Okay, continue on the path, Rex.
And a path up past the car toward the school.
Tell me again, everything you see.
It looks not like nothing's going on. It would be a good place to take the dog or to go walking, finish our walk, because there's no activity there.
As you're walking by the track, do you notice anything?
Nothing other than the water in the track.
What about towards the parking lot?
Nothing in the parking lot from our car on up to the school's empty.
Can you see out to the street?
Yes, you can see through to the street.
And what do you see there?
Nothing. Nothing other than, I guess, an occasional car going by.
And what kind of cars do you see?
Just nothing I paid attention to, I guess. I don't see other than some movement going by there.
Can you slow up the movement? Slow it up and take a look.
Don't recognize anything.
A color?
Can't identify. Other than just movement, an occasional movement up and down there. Don't recognize anything.
Size of vehicle? Small? Large?
Just normal automobile. I don't see any trucks or vans. Well, some smaller van, maybe.
Which direction is the movement going? Towards the rec center? Or
Some in and some going the other way.
of the ones going the other way, how many do you see?
This one, maybe two, while we were walking up that way. There's something going by, but I can't really see them that clearly.
Full size, compact?
I can't tell, other than there's nothing real big that would be like a truck or whatever. Everything was just normal passenger car looking.
Of the two vehicles that you saw going away, can you describe any of the occupants?
No, too far away, too rainy, no.
They dark colored, light colored?
Can't really tell, can't really see. See, wasn't looking that way. I guess I just saw it out of the kind of the corner, out of the corner of my eye.
How about from behind the school? Anything you see there?
Behind me, behind us?
No, behind the school.
Oh, behind the school.
Road.
Nothing.
Okay.
It's very clear, very empty. Very empty.
Okay, Rex. I'll tell you what I want you to do. Is I'm going to count to 5. And when I do, I want you to take a deep breath, let it out slowly, and you'll be fully alert, fully awake, fully aware, just as you were before we started. 1, more and more awake, coming back to us in the room, waking up more and more. 2, 3, and when we get to 5, you take a deep breath, let it out slowly, you'll wake fully refreshed, fully alert, fully aware, like you've had a long afternoon's nap. 4, and 5. How you feel?
Good.
Okay.